podcast is brought to you by winsold.com, Canada's largest 3D tour company.
You're listening to the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast with your hosts, Sir Colin Campbell and Gary A. McGowan.
Good day, good day, good day. It's your host, Sir Colin Campbell here and Gary A. McGowan, and you're tuned into the Not So Black and White Real Estate Podcast. We're on site, everyone. We're on site at the Buzz Conference. That's right. You can hear the buzz. You can feel the buzz. This room is buzzing. And you know what? We have the queen of real estate sitting in the chair with us. Like, I'm just honored to be sitting next to the queen of real estate, someone, a juggernaut in the industry, an educator, a leader, none other than Tat. Welcome.
How are you? How you
great.
doing, guys? Thanks for having me. Tat Londono in the house.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And rumor had it that you were coming on the show. We mentioned it to a few of our favorite people. They're like, "Are you kidding me? This is amazing." So
Those being our daughters, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that.
Exactly.
Love that.
Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and why you're in the seat with us today.
Well, I'm in this seat with you today because you both are having me, and I want to thank you for inviting me on this fantastic podcast. You guys are helping a lot of people out there. Thank you so much. And my name is Tatiana Londono, also known as Tat Londono. Many of the people listening to this podcast either know me from my TV show on HGTV a while back, but most of them know me from TikTok and Instagram. I have over 3 million followers on social media. Just as a humble realtor, I own my own real estate agency in Montreal, Canada.
Yes.
But I'm really a real estate agent of the world. I've written a book. I'm a real estate coach. I'm a real estate investor. I'm all things real estate because I love real estate.
I like it. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Let's go down that path. You love real estate. Where did that come from? Where did the love of real estate come from?
Well, that's crazy because I never wanted to become a real estate agent. I never dreamt of it. I went to school to become a lawyer, and then I ended up being a real estate agent. I like to say that real estate saved my life because honestly, I didn't go looking for it. It came looking for me. But I have to tell you, I'm not gonna lie, the thing I love most about real estate is the geld, the money. I love the kind of freedom, the money I make, making people happy, usually, like 98% of the time, they're happy. And we are paid very well, I have to say. And the wonderful things that I could do with that money is great. And I'm not talking about buying Chanel purses. I'm talking about educating other people. I'm talking about reinvesting that money into my business so that I can train more real estate agents. I'm talking about giving money away to charity as well. But of course, I love the nice stuff too.
Of course, you deserve the nice stuff. And what I'm hearing, money is good for the good that it can do for yourself and for others.
Absolutely.
And you're not just making a lot of money, you're like, how do I give this away? And how do I teach other people to make a lot of money?
Absolutely.
It's not one person alone can achieve this great success. And what I love about you is you've almost figured out the map, and you're like, guys, I know the path, follow me.
Absolutely, and it's not that difficult. It's really, really easy, and I get a lot of criticism when I say things like that and I post them, but I really do believe it. Maybe that's not their experience because they haven't been coached properly, maybe they had the wrong mentors, maybe they got the wrong broker, but I find that real estate is the fastest way to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. I love it.
So can that be, because you mentioned a few obstacles that might be holding them back, could it be upbringing? Because our financial blueprint is based on our upbringing, and you're someone who, you weren't born here,
No.
neither was I.
No.
Gary's first generation Canadian.
Well, I was born here, but I was raised by Colombian parents, immigrants.
Oh, so there you go.
And I lived in Colombia from 11 to 14.
Okay.
So there you go. So you're still feeling like an outsider. You feel like you don't
I was
belong.
always different, yes.
Right? where did that mindset come from that, you know what, I can do this? And
So-
this is not going to hold me back because I'm different.
So that's really easy. My mother and my father set that blueprint up. My mother was never afraid to work. She never stopped working so that my father could do all the fun stuff. So my father was the entrepreneur who always wanted to do the next thing. And when he'd get bored with one thing, he would open another business. And then finally he landed on he was a machinist. He owned a machine shop. I remember he used to sell pots and pans. He did it all. He was a born salesman. And finally, later on in his life, he became a realtor.
Okay.
And found it as fun as I do. But my father always taught me to take risks. My mother was the steady income, love. My mom would come home. She worked at the Hilton Hotel for the franchise. And she would come home tired, working on her feet all day. And she would make sure we all ate our dinner. And my father made sure that we took those risks. And this is what I learned. My father, early age, I was out there, I would do the speech competition in grade 1, for example. And my father would practice with me all night long how to do the speech. He speaks like you do, Colin, like very beautiful. And my mother was always there to take care of us too and to take care of my father. It's just a combination of mommy and daddy doing the right thing in front of me, and I took the good from it.
Yeah.
I took the good from it. Were my parents the perfect money managers? Absolutely not. But then I learned again. I said, no, I don't want that. I'm going to do that. The opposite. They didn't know anything about, money, where to invest it.
Yes.
They knew how to make it. They didn't know what to do with it, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'm going to take all the good. And I took the good from that experience too. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to make sure I know how to manage. And yeah, it's mom and dad, I have to
Well,
say.
it's interesting. Your story sounds very similar to mine, and where my father was the risk taker, the entrepreneur, and my mom was the stable one.
Yeah, the stable one. That's what
Exactly.
it is.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. You can use that. And let's kind of get into the investing of real estate. So how I got into it, and maybe similar to you, I don't know. My dad or parents had always owned investment properties, even when I was little. And it was about 15 years ago now, my dad said, hey, I'm going to go buy some more properties. And this one comment that I made changed the rest of my life. I'm doing it. I'm doing it with you.
I'm doing it.
So my wife and I did. We went and bought a number of properties. How did you get into buying investment properties? What was that passion
I
from?
swear, I wasn't that spoiled brat growing up or anything. My father was very strict, okay?
Sure.
Like, in South America, the way they raise kids.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
We know.
Right? So, my father, there might not be enough money to pay the electricity bill at the end of the month, but when a good deal would come up on a duplex,
Sure, yeah.
he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
found the money and he would buy it. And then my mom says, Roberto, we have to pay the electricity bill at the end of the month. He would say, Mabel, real estate is real. We need to buy it. In fact, we need to come up with another 10K. And my father didn't give a shit. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
He would buy 1 duplex, 2 duplex. I don't know how he did it, but it was my dad again. My father said to me, so he was the catalyst to me buying my first property. My first property was a duplex on O'Brien Street. I'll never forget. And he says, Tatiana, my first investment property.
Yes.
And my father says, Tatiana, you have to buy it now. I'm like, and it was actually shot on Property Shop on the show that I had on HGTV.
Yes.
That was a real thing. My father said, take your commission, forget the groceries,
Yes.
go buy that building. It's a great deal. It's a bank repo. And it was my dad. He's the one who got me started in real estate investing. And my first property, I still own it today.
Oh, I love it.
So let me ask you this, Dad, because as entrepreneurs, I truly believe the meaning of entrepreneurs is risk taker. And as we continue to take more risks, we also quiet that voice in our head to say we can't do it or don't do it, or the fear. How are you getting over those fears in spite of taking
It's too
action?
easy. Because we live in a great country where the worst that could happen is we go bankrupt and start again. Who cares?
Ah, love it.
So I'm in a business where if I work a little harder, because I love the way I work now, it's great, this is what I love. But if I double down on what I'm doing right now, the money will just keep coming in twofold. So if I make a mistake, if I haven't yet, because real estate is the best, but if I ever make a mistake, I take a loss. And I'm not saying I have made mistakes. I bought a property recently that was really, I should have had a better inspection, and it's costing me an arm and a leg. C'est la vie, I know I'll wait. It'll catch up. But what's the worst that could happen? I just got to work a little harder to close a couple of more deals and cover that loss. And then at the end of the year, put it in my income tax as a loss.
As a loss, yeah.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Everything is easy, guys.
Risk management.
But let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Ooh, we're being
Let me
interviewed.
turn around on you.
Here we go.
Has a little voice in your head ever said to you, this isn't worth it anymore in these parts, maybe we should head somewhere else? Or do you, how about outsource, going elsewhere? Have you ever thought of that?
Now, you're talking geographically
Yeah.
outside of, we're in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, so
Yeah.
outside of Canada?
Yeah. Or outside of Toronto in Ontario.
Well, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, that always comes up because we always see, sometimes is the grass greener on the other side, or is the opportunity better?
That's right.
That's the question,
because
right?
we do get comfortable as we become successful.
Yes.
But I'm seeing a huge opportunity in the West.
Yes.
Out West.
Out west in Alberta, out west, is that what you're saying?
Alberta,
Yes.
Saskatchewan. These are places people are moving to where the cap rates are insane.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't seen cap rates like that since 1982.
Look how excited we get
I
when we
know.
start talking about cap rates.
Yeah. Now you know you're talking to investors.
Yeah.
The cash flow is certainly much better in those areas and everything else.
I'm not even going to get into politics, but honestly,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, one of our mentors, in fact, he's moved almost his entire apartment portfolio into Alberta, outside of Ontario.
Yes.
Right?
Am I allowed to say I want to do the same?
You just did?
Okay.
Wait, do you need to pronounce that or announce that? I don't know.
I want to do the same because.
What are you
I just
seeing
wanted
that
to
that allowed you to say, you know what, I'll sell everything here and I'll buy there?
Well, I'm seeing too many restrictions going on, a lot of anti-landlord sentiment going on where I'm from.
Yeah. Very similar
and
here.
stuff that's just not fair at all. Not fair. I know how a landlord is seen on social media and villainized, but I do none of that.
Yeah.
And
You're a great landlord.
Yeah, and I get abused by because they're allowed to, and it's the law. So therefore, I want to take my investments elsewhere until I can.
Yeah, well, here's what I want to know, and I don't necessarily want to get into the weeds of this, but what does an opportunity look like to you, Tat?
An opportunity?
Oh, here we go. Maybe it is going to the weeds. I don't know.
Do you want to hear this?
All right.
So I'm on a TikTok. This is what I love about TikTok. You know very well that if they ban it in the States, they're going to ban it here too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
You know it's coming.
It's coming,
Yeah.
but I have to tell you, TikTok changed my life.
Okay.
TikTok, the freedom of expression, the videos, everything I've learned.
Yes.
I didn't even know how to put on makeup till I downloaded TikTok. I just gained another 10 years. So thanks to TikTok. And a lot more money, thank God. So I was watching a video of this guy. He's like, check out this fourplex. This fourplex is for sale for $500,000, and the revenue gives you a profit of $55,000 a year. I'm like, what?
I want to know where this is.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about? So I wrote, was this in 1982?
Yeah.
Where is this?
Sure.
Where is this? Like some small town in America? One of my wonderful friends, I love him to death. His name is Jordan Boyes. He's one of the top, if not the top, he's one of the top brokers in Saskatchewan. And he says, that's just around the corner from where I live, Tat,
Wow.
in Saskatoon. And I'm like, what? For a fourplex?
Really?
All profit.
Yes.
Everything paid. And I'm like, why am I stuck? You know why I'm stuck?
Comfortable.
Comfortable. Exactly.
You get comfortable. You get
I'm
comfortable.
comfortable. Guys, you can't get comfortable. You just can't. Move your asses.
We gotta move. Here we go.
I love this because growth, if we're not growing, we're dying.
Right.
And what Tat is saying, like, you got to keep moving. And the moment you find you're complacent, it means you're dying.
That's right.
And I love it where you're just jump and my wings will spread.
Yeah.
Because your wings have supported you on every transition that you've done. And you're trusting that inner voice. And you're trusting in that entrepreneurship where you're like, the worst can happen. What is the worst? I can
What's the
still
worst
cover
that
it.
can happen? I'll just close another deal.
Yeah.
And it'll cover it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll close 10 more deals.
And I'll
Not
cover
even
it.
me. I'll just send the team more leads.
Yes.
Well, that's just it. And here's the thing is, I think true entrepreneurs, they are the ever optimists. They are always the glass is half full, and I need to fill that extra part, right? That extra
Absolutely.
half. And more people need to think like that, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
I think it's human nature and it's all about mindset. Does a tree worry if his leaves are going to come back the next year? No. And
just
we're
know
human
it well.
beings.
Yeah.
So we have bigger brain, at least we think we do, but our brains functioning, etc. A mother produces milk most of the time when she's pregnant. As entrepreneurs, what's the worst that could happen?
Yes.
Okay, so I lose some money there, I lose some money there. Okay, we start again. We know how to make money.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you said something, mothers produce milk.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. But entrepreneurs, strong entrepreneurs, exciting
Produce the
entrepreneurs.
milk.
Produce the milk. That's where I was going. Like, she set this up. I love
right.
it. You can use that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yours.
And that's the thing. So
Yeah.
we give out jobs.
Yes.
We hopefully have wonderful places that we renovate with the BRRR method.
Yes, yes.
Where people could come and live, pay good rent, so that they could be happy in their lives, go to work, and contribute to the gross domestic product of this country.
Yeah.
We make the world go round.
Of course.
Yeah. Entrepreneurs do make the world go round. We make the world go round.
Real estate agents make the world go
There it
round.
is.
Do you see? We're not just
There's
realtors.
That's a song.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's just kind of wrap up with this. I love your passion that you portray on camera, and I can now tell everybody you portray
You're
that
real.
in real
You're
life.
real.
It's me.
Yeah,
It's
you're
really
real.
me. I'm
This
crazy.
is who she is.
Yeah, I love it.
But guess what, guys? I go to bed at 8:30 p.m. every day.
That's gonna help. That's gonna
swear.
help. So, obviously, you're online all over the place. What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
At Tat Londono, verified. So DM me on Instagram, and we're good to go. And remember, I have the blue check. A lot of people getting scammed, investment scams. I will never, ever ask you for money online for an investment. And if you're buying my coaching, feel free to give me a call on my phone number just to make sure it's me, because a lot of people getting scammed online by people pretending to be me. It's
Yes.
not. I have the blue checky next to my name on both TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
There you have it.
So before we sign off, Gary, like I said before, I have a daughter. Gary has two daughters.
Right.
Both because we're entrepreneurs, we're raising our kids to be entrepreneurs. What advice do you have for both of them?
Just forget that you're a girl and do everything the boys are doing.
There you
And
have
that's
it.
a wrap.
That's a wrap. So that's it. That's Tat Londono. Of course, that's Sir Colin Campbell. I'm Gary McGowan, and we'll see everybody in the next episode. Goodbye for now.
Yay!
Whoa, that was power. That was powerful. That was
excellent, man.
And that was the answer was.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to click the subscribe button so new episodes will automatically be downloaded to your device. Please help us reach more people by leaving a rating and a review on your podcast player of choice. Now go make it an amazing day for somebody.